Segment 1, Chapter 1, Northwest Shore. This world is nameless. Nobody cares about the name, and nobody will mention it. Regions of the world, however, are especially important. They are divided by powerful clans, governments, and ideals. One of the more exclusive regions is that owned by the Mages, a clan of powerful dark magic users. There are many levels in this clan, but the most notable is the Master Level Mage. Their outfits make them easily distinguishable anywhere, and are given to them on the day they achieve this title. Their robes are a simple one piece with no sleeves that extends down to the knee, with the slit on both sides for mobility. At the waist is a rubber-lined steel belt, which protects the pelvis. This belt also supports a leather cloth, which functions like a half-skirt, covering only the outer thighs and backside. Under this, they wear a magically crafted suit of leather and mesh. They are forged together so it appears as one piece. This undersuit has armored parts on the forearms, knees, feet, shoulders, chest, and abdomen. These areas are lined with light to heavy metals. The breast and back plates are also reinforced with weightless magical barriers hidden under the robe. These barriers not only shield from light attacks, but also reduce impact from non-attack injuries such as falling. The knees and shoulders are padded, while the forearms, shins, and feet are lined with steel magically crafted to the wearer's specific needs. The third and final layer of this outfit is the helmet and heavy armor worn on top of the robe. The heavy armor is one piece that extends down over the upper chest and back. There is also a neck guard that rises slightly in the back to protect against sneak attacks. The pauldrons are different for all wearers. Some favor a smaller, sleeker design, while others prefer something heavier. They all carry a similar look, however. Large, steel, dome-like pads cover the upper part of the shoulders. Thin, steel plates hang from the pads to add further protection while not impeding mobility. The armor moves well around the shoulders, but everywhere else favors protection more. Last is the helmet, a sleek steel piece shaped similar to a skull with no jawbone. This is a calling card to the goddess of magic, Suniakare. It is padded with a leather suspension system and again magically fitted to the wearer's needs. The top and front of the helmet has holes for ventilation. Some magicians also tailor their helmets to be open in the back, allowing for hair buns. The most cherished and undoubtedly important piece of any Vice Magus' ensemble is their staff. Most use a standard smooth-handle design, ranging from 4 to 7 foot long. It is made of heavy composite metals, which make it a great beating tool should the need arise. One end of the weapon has 2 rings and a bludgeoning ball. The forward end of the staff is where magic is focused. It has 3 rings and a quartz ball sitting in a cup forged into the staff rod. 2 of these Vice Magus have elected to do a little sparring on the cold western shores of their region. One wears a suit of copper-brown armor over mahogany and sienna-brown robes, over a golden-brown undersuit with small form-fitting pauldron and an all-violet staff. He has long, thin purple hair, which drapes down carelessly from inside his helmet. His name is Ahmad. Clean-shaven and sharp blue eyes give him a profoundly serious look. The other has maroon armor with red trim over wine-red robes over a brick-red undersuit. His pauldrons are big and feature a neck guard. His face hides partly behind a beard of curly black hair, bushy eyebrows, and a well-trimmed mustache. Somewhere in all this face fur lies 2 beady brown eyes on a weathered face. This one's name is Net, and he is considerably larger and heavier built than his sparring partner. Ahmad closes his blue eyes as the warm ocean air brushes past his face. Thin purple hairs lift and seat on his armor. Ahmad brushes his hair to the side, then notices Net squinting. The 2 are bathed in the morning light as the sun peeks over the distant mountains. Unable to see, Net readies himself as a loud boom can be heard in front of him. A reflex commands Net's arm forward. His magical red staff becomes aligned to his arm as he tightens his grip around it. To offset this rapid movement, he takes 1 step to the left as his staff clinks against Ahmad's green staff. The blinding light fades, but the wind and sand still swarm. The 2 mages look silently at one another as Net raises his weapon and tilts it backward. Ahmad's staff is flicked away as Net rears his weapon back with a smug smile. With lightning speed and a modest grin, Net swings his staff. It burns with dark energy. A second's reaction is all Ahmad needs to allow his body to fall limp, and his grip to tighten on his weapon. Dark energy erupts from the quartz head of Net's staff, sending out a devastating shockwave. Ahmad's reaction was correct as he's thrown back. He extends his staff as the air around it shimmers, slowing him down. Before stopping completely, Ahmad swings the staff behind him, and he hovers for a moment, then lands on the sand. Swiping his hair behind his shoulder, Ahmad readies for round 2. Net aims his red staff at Ahmad, and slides 1 foot forward to strengthen his stance. Sand blasts away from him as he unleashes a barrage of dark magic. The orbs roar through the air toward Ahmad. With a simple flick of the wrist, Ahmad is holding the lower end of his staff, as if like a bat. He stands as the first orb is fired at him. Ahmad illuminates his staff with dark energy as he swings it with one hand horizontally, batting away the first orb. Stepping forward with his free hand behind him for balance, he bats the second away in the opposite direction. Finally, the last orb soars toward him with Net following closely behind. Ahmad raises his arm, then brings his staff down directly in front of him, slamming the last orb into the ground. The orb explodes, releasing a violent torrent of dark power that blows away sand all around Ahmad. Not entirely prepared for such a move, Net is thrown off focus. His attempt to follow his orb backfired, and he is blinded yet again, this time by sand. When he reopens his eyes, Ahmad is swinging his staff in an uppercutting motion at him. Reflexes save Net as he fades right. However, the confusion distracts him from his opponent's other hand. Ahmad releases a light amount of power, just enough to push Net back. He stumbles but catches himself while planting his heavy steel staff into the sand for support. Both pause to catch their breath. Net stands up straight and places one fist on his hip. "All right, you surprised me." Ahmad stabs the lower end of his green staff into the ground. "How about this time you hit me head-on?" he finishes as Ahmad removes his helmet. "Just be glad that underworld has no sun." Ahmad places his brown helmet on the head of his staff. "Ha, this coming from the man who was so nervous that he woke me up before sunrise just to practice?" Net replies as he removes his helmet and wipes his bald head with a rag. "I was comfortable." Ahmad chuckles, crosses his arms. "You look like you needed it." The two mages stand on the shore watching the water as Net makes one last quiet jab. "Prick. Fairy," Ahmad says with a smile. They both chuckle to themselves. Ahmad finally relents. "Okay, I'm a little nervous." Ahmad keeps his focus on the water in front of him and his arms crossed. Net looks at him. "Why? Have you seen Amalthea fight?" Ahmad smiles while looking down, but it fades quickly back to concern. "Oh, a conversation about me?" Both masters turn and look to find a young Amalthea approaching them. She stops next to Ahmad's staff and helmet. She is wearing one of the standard robes for a female apprentice, an off-the-shoulders topcoat with 2 rows of 4 buttons over the abdomen. The tails of the coat reach down around the thighs, with one large cargo pocket on each side. It is a sleeveless coat with a sash that hides the bust and wraps around both the lower shoulders. There is a small cargo pocket on the left side of the sash. Lastly, the sash is fitted with steel plates to protect the wearer's chest and back from physical attacks. On the right side of the sash and the left side of the belts are quartz discs. These are intended to generate continuous wards, which protect from damage and reduce kinetic energy from impacts. Pants are fitting at the waist, but are intentionally left baggy around the thighs for better movement. Cuffed, knee-high, fine cloth boots with leather reinforcement are both protective and waterproof. They do not breathe well, but it beats trench foot. Like all magic-based clothing, these items can only be removed or put on using magic. The outfit also consists of gauntlets and a helmet, which are magically crafted and steel-lined on the outside with breathable fur on the inside. Her gauntlets are form-fitting and forged with discs of quartz in them, which produce protective wards for blocking with the gauntlets. The helmet is designed for training and has a Corinthian design to it, but without the nose guard. It also has a ring around the bottom of the dome to protect against falling debris. The top of the dome is pointed to absorb impacts better and displace kinetic energy. The staff of the apprentice is a stepping stone in their path to becoming a Master Vice Magus. It must be created by them, durable but light, and small enough to be a one-handed weapon. Hers is a simple, smooth steel handle with no rings and a rhombus-shaped bludgeoning tool on one end. Her staff is topped with a rhombus-shaped piece of quartz encased in steel on the magic focusing end. The weapon is roughly 2 feet long, standard length for a spellcaster in training. Her outfit is one of many that mages can choose from before they take the official outfit of the Master Mage. I should be checking on Corla, excuse me. As he says this, Matt grabs his red helmet and staff, then greets Amalthea on his way off the beach. Hello, Amalthea. Good luck to you today. She nods her head once and replies, Thank you, Master Nat, and good morning to you, Master Ahmad. He squints and smirks at her. Good morning. I trust you've studied for today? Without acknowledging his question, Amalthea looks back at his helmet. She scoffs and brushes her long ginger hair to one side. Just remember I want my armor exactly like yours. Ahmad cocks one eyebrow and tilts his head. I thought you wanted blue and yellow. He grabs his helmet and plucks his staff from the sand. Okay, so brown is more your color. She begins walking with him. After a few minutes, she walks in front of him. I got it, Amalthea points to her outfit. Blue and yellow and... She holds up her staff. Purple. Wait, Her excitement takes him back to the day he became a master. He looks down at his helmet and rubs his thumb back and forth on the lower rim of the helmet. At a distance, an old mage's armor is flawless, but a close inspection reveals multiple chips, scuffs, and microdamage. I'm going to make your armor solid black, even the staff, Ahmad says with a sinister smile. Amalthea points to him, almost serious. Don't you dare.